Hello, everybody, and welcome to the FFC Show. My name is Thomas Harkin. Today, I'm joined by Tommy Edwards from Matt Muay Thai, who's 15-3 Muay Thai record. He's 5-0 as a professional, and he's just won the WBC World Games. What also Rhondda Rampage referee, judge, and official. So, what we're going to do and hand over to Tommy and just give a little bit of introduction about yourself, please, brother.
Yeah, my name's Tommy. I like to punch people in the face. That's about it, really. To be fair.
Nice, nice, nice. So we just said about the WBC World Games winner. So we'll jump straight into that. What's that been like?
WBC Games, yeah, it was good. I had 5 fights over 4 days. Fought twice in one day. Mainly fought fresh boys as well. My first opponent we fought before anyone else in our bracket did. My second opponent then also he didn't fight the day before, which I did, so he was fresh. The third and fourth then, who I fought on the third day, they had no fights, and then I fought Nathan in the final, which was a good fight.
Yeah, Wales versus Wales final, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
and a rematch from one of your previous bouts too.
yeah, it was good. It's good as well. Shows the level coming from Wales now, I guess. Like
Yeah,
how we got two Wales
definitely.
in the finals.
Definitely. So you said about fighting more than once and obviously fighting fresher guys. What was that like? And is that something you've done before?
No, I've never done that before. It sucked in a way, but like fighting in shin guards and elbow pads and head guard, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Um, Whereas like I fought A class 5 times now. I fought without elbow pads. I've been cut. I've been hurt. Like when you have shin guards and gloves on, you don't get me wrong. You get fatigued and some things get sore. Like my right knee's fucked. I had like 5 or 6 fights with my meniscus completely torn in half. So I got like experience in that regard, but I've never fought so much in such a short period of time. I done
Yeah.
WBC before I got silver, but I only fought yeah, 2 times.
That was going to be one of the questions. Is that, like I know you've got that little bit more protection, but your body still does take the damage. You still
Yeah,
are
yeah,
taking
yeah, for sure.
the fucking the shots, and not just that, the heat as well, because you're out in Thailand, aren't you? So the
Yeah,
heat is
well,
another big thing.
yeah, that's a huge thing because when me and Nathan fought, like we fought 5 rounds before, and neither one of us, I don't think, was like that tired when we were fighting. And like some places you fight here, it's outside, like most places, but if you fight in a stadium, usually you have like aircon. There was no aircon or anything.
Mm.
It was pretty hot.
And not just that though, it wasn't just your fights going on. So you've got what is it, 3 or 4 active rings a day, isn't it? And then
Six,
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 six. There you go.
yeah,
6 active rings, and then everybody else in there as well. All the combined heat. So obviously, it does have its toll. And like you said, that's the stuff that takes the toll on the body as well. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and especially recover in between. Did you do anything in particular to recover?
Ooh, to be honest, just have a lot of carbs and sleep. Most of my fights I'd rock up like because I was staying in a hotel, which was like 5 minute walk from there. So
Okay.
I'd sleep till like an hour before my fight, and then I'd or like 2 hours. I'd have like a little stretch in the hotel. I'd walk over to the venue, watch like 1 or 2 fights, and then just get warm.
Mm.
Um, yeah,
Nice. Do you think that now that you've done that and you've experienced the fighting more than once in one day, do you think that's going to benefit in the rest? I'm not like benefit in the next part of your career. Do you think you're going to take something from that?
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Because it's unpredictability, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like I say this to people about like when I fought in Ubon before, which was the gym which I was in Thailand. I stayed for a few months. Like a lot of the shows you went to there, like you wouldn't know when you were fighting. There was some. I think there was one where I rocked up and like within like 20 minutes of fighting, or there's others where you rock up in like 4 hours, then you're fighting. I know boys who were fighting at like 4 a.m.,
Yeah.
5 a.m. I fought 1 a.m. I think 2 a.m. latest, but like It's very unpredictable. And the WBC games are similar in that regard because you've got
I did see on
like
your Instagram story a couple of times that you would say about one time you're fighting, and then it'd be like, right, actually, no, it's been changed to this. So
yeah, well, one of them got changed like three times, and then I remember I was sat watching fights, and then Tex, Nathan's old man, turned to me and he was like, "Oh, it says on Smooth Comp you're fighting in 20 minutes." I was like, "The fuck?" So me and him sprinted down then, and then Giffy come then later. But thankfully then we fought 40. It was 40 minutes. It wasn't 20, but still, it fucks with your head a bit.
yeah, but then that's the stuff though that you can take and as you said, you can use because unpredictability, like it before you fight's a long day anyway, and everyone knows that it's always long. You're always just waiting around or whatever. So having that, it kind of helps and it settles down other things as well. I think you kind of like build from that.
Yeah, and the thing is, then you like when you go to a proper round show, then or like something where you're fighting at a set time, or even if your fight gets moved like one or two fights, you still have a ballpark and you're still in
Yeah,
the venue. You know what I mean? It's a piece of piss then. Like when I go and fight now on the 28th, it's going to be a piece of piss. I know exactly when I'm fighting.
mm,
So I'm no walking. I'm going to get warm, and then I'm in the ring. You know what I mean? I don't have to faff about
yeah.
running about. Think, oh shit, I'm fighting in 10 minutes. Now I better start getting warm. You know what I mean?
Let's go back to the start then. So where did combat sports first start for you, bro?
I used to box when I was younger. Done a little bit of boxing. Um, I done like a few years on and off. I train for like a year or two, and then I'd stop, and then I'd train for a few months. I'd stop just casually, and
Mm,
then I started doing MMA in a gym called Ground Zero. Like when I was, I think 12. Yeah, I think about 12 years old, and from there, like it was, I just fell in love because I like boxing, but boxing was very restricted.
yeah.
And you can't kick, you can't clinch, you can't elbow, you can't knee, can't grapple. And the gym I was at, it's good for hobbyists, but of course, like it wasn't good for fighters. Hence why I left. But it showed me that, and I was like, holy shit! And then I started watching Muay Thai. Then kind of fell out of love with grappling, and then I think by the time I was like 14, 14, I went to Eagles, and then 16 I moved to Mat. But I think since I first walked into the gym and started training, I fell in love,
Mm.
and I think whereas most people they like walk in the gym and they'll do like a few sessions here and there and they slowly get into it. When I walked in the gym that time, having done it casually previously, I just every time I could train, I trained. I was getting up, I was running in the mornings, from a young age. I just fell in love with it, really.
Yeah, you knew that that's what you wanted to do then. You knew that
Yeah,
was it. You found like, you know.
yeah. Like I used to play rugby when I was younger.
Mm,
Um, I liked rugby, uh, for the same sort of reason as I like fighting. It's violent and like you've got to be strong. It's aggressive sport, but it's not beautiful, and
yeah.
you have to rely on your teammates, and whereas fighting's only about you, and I really like that.
When you transitioned from boxing across, did you find that you found the transition easy?
I'd say so, but like at the same time, I'd done boxing, but I didn't have any fights. Like I'd gone to other gyms to spar before and like stuff like that. But by the time I'd gone to train MMA, I was so out of whack. Like you know, um, to be honest, like I can't really remember. I'm pretty fried. Like my head's pretty fucked. But I wouldn't say I found it difficult. Um, I I remember I used to have like more of a really short stance
Yeah.
when I first started because of course I used to like have a boxing stance before, but then as soon as I started like doing MMA, I remember like I'd watch Thais, Muay Thai fighters and whatnot. I see the really narrow stance. I didn't know how to fucking how to do it, but I'd have like a really really fucking yeah, thin stance, which was really short as well, just kind of stupid. But from then, like it's been adapted and
Yeah.
whatnot, you know.
So let's talk about your first fight then. What was it? What was your first fight? I guess Muay Thai.
Muay Thai, yeah. So I had a few inter clubs and stuff. And it was when I was 15 years old. I didn't fight junior at all. But I fought A class my first fight in Bangla Boxing Stadium. So I was 15 years old. Me, my mother, my father, my sister, and my sister's mate went on like a holiday to Thailand for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I'd be training for quite some time by this point. And I turned to my old man. I said, "Will you let me fight?" And my mum was like, "No, no, 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 no." But my dad loves me fighting. You know. He was like, "Fucking course you can." And I messaged the gym, Phuket King. Trained there for like a week, and then fought. Of course, I showed them like my level and whatnot, you know. But yeah, they got me a fight. It was a pretty short fight. I like to tell people it's better to lose your first fight, if anything. I think. Um, I had the opposite. I won my first fight, first round KO, against a Thai lad. But yeah, I didn't really feel much that fight. Too much adrenaline and whatnot. You know, I didn't. I don't really remember much from it either.
Was that indoors or outdoors?
That was indoors. So it
Indoors.
was in Phuket Bangla Boxing Stadium. It's pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
It's a little stadium on like a party road. It's fucking it's cool.
Now, obviously, you said you can't remember too much, but I'll just touch on it. Like, being out in Thailand, obviously, you said that you asked your father if you could fight. Who was in your corner?
So there was the only Farang at the gym, with Farang meaning foreigner. Uh, Tom, can't remember his surname, but he's like Coach Tom Fitness on Instagram, and he was in my corner, and there was another guy, Crew Max, Teacher Max. Um,
What
my
was
old
that? What was that like having? I'm not going to say random because obviously they're training partners, but having people that you've never been in that situation with before. What was that like?
it, it's it's kind of nerve wracking when like it's leading up to the fight because you're like, oh, what are they going to say to me, etc. But at the same time, I know that I was in good hands. You know,
Yeah.
Good coaches at that gym. And even though I was only there for a short period of time, they like showed me a lot. You know, they were really kind to me. Um, yeah, so I knew I was in good hands. But I think when you don't know someone and they're in your corner, it is a bit nerve wracking. But
Yeah.
it all worked out well because I got a stoppage.
There we go. Evidence as well, and this was definitely
Yeah,
worked out well with it. So now 15-3 overall. You said something about the losses just now. So do you take anything from the three losses that you've had?
every loss I've learned something. Every
Yeah.
single loss, every single loss, and it fucking sucks for like fucking a little bit, you know, like a few days. You're like,
Mm.
fuck, I lost. But then afterwards, you're like, right, what can I learn from this? Or even then, like straight after the fight, you're like, what can I learn from this? You sat there watching your fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like I said before, like I think it's best to lose your first fight because I feel like it kind of weeds out the weak, if that makes sense, when it comes to fighting.
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying because it kind of like people, in their first one, they could have an easy one, and then
Yeah,
it's like they ride that high of like, oh, that's what it's like, but it's not like that.
yeah, it's not like that at all. And yeah, I think as well, it gives you that drive as well.
Yeah.
Um, it keeps you motivated as well. And then say you go on to like lose another fight, but then you win your third fight, for example. How much sweeter is that victory going to
Mm.
taste?
Yeah, of course, and obviously what you've taken from it.
Yeah,
That's the thing is that taken from those two losses. You everyone says that you learn a lot more from a loss than you do a win.
yeah.
And that's definitely one of those things. So with obviously as we said, 15-3, you're now 5-0 as a pro, as pro or A class as they say.
Yeah,
What's that like? What's it feel like with that? And how you feel, you know, like what with the next bout coming up in the stadium? How are you feeling on that one?
I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident. Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. I know, like, I'm the best I've ever been right now.
Mm,
I'm the fittest. I'm the strongest. I'm the sharpest, and I have the most IQ. My eyes are working amazing. I'm in the best shape I've been in. So I'm confident, but at the same time, there's also that unknowing. Um, I don't know who I'm fighting.
mm.
You rarely do here, especially unless you're fighting on a big promotion like RWS One, Thai Fight, or something. You won't know who you're fighting until the poster comes out, and when that poster comes out for Raja KO, it's going to be like 3 or 4 days before, you know.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm feeling good. I like after this fight now. I think I don't think I'm going to fight B class again. I think maybe like one or two, but my next one after this one too is A class. Um, I know Jimpy said maybe I was going to fight on the 8th. He said maybe get me fighting B class then, but since my fight's been moved to the 28th now, I said I'm not gonna risk fighting injured and might have to pull out, you know. Um, so yeah, I don't think I'll be fighting A class again, and I think it's for the better because it suits my style more. You know, I like my elbows. I like longer round time as well. I like to break people down. My style is just grinding people down mostly. Whether I can do it on the back foot, just chipping away, or I can do it on the front foot too, proper grinding people down with knees and elbows. You know, so I think it suits my style
Mm.
much better. A class.
And obviously, one of the things you said is fighting out in Thailand. Is there any other factors that you take in that are different to fighting back home in the UK? Obviously, I know the heat is one of them. One of the other things is you don't know your opponent until the day or a couple of days before. Is there anything else that stands out to you?
More of a chill atmosphere. It's more casual here, you know. Like, of course, like I'd like to say, I tell people like here at the gym, I say like we got the most fighters per capita of Wales, and we do. We
Mm.
have loads of boxers and whatnot, you know. Um, but the way the ties go is like people. A lot of ties just say like sabai sabai is kind of like relaxed, chill, you know. Um, and that's how they go. Like that's how they go about it, you know.
Yeah.
And I find like most of the times I've fought in Thailand, I've been warming up next to my opponent. I've like taken a photo with my opponent before. You know, you sat right next to each other awkwardly, fucking covered in tile, shadow boxing, like look at each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
that's one of the things that you see a lot, isn't it? Is the two fighters sat next to each other just before they walk out on you do see that, and as you said, warming up next to each other. I think that is a bit of a test of will there with a fighter too. You know, like I know it sounds a bit mad, but it's like if you can kind of like show that you're relaxed and calm and collected throughout the whole process, I think that's a major benefit. Like,
yeah, for sure. And when I fight now on the 28th, it's going to be the same thing. In Raja, they got like a thing to walk out on, and like um, right beside it, they got steps going up. But in front of those steps, they got a red seat and they got a blue seat,
yeah,
and they're right behind and right in front of each other. The last time I fought there, I was like sat at the front. I was like, should I say something to him? I like turned around. I was like, right, bro. Didn't speak a fucking lick of English. He's Brazilian. He didn't speak a lick of English. I was like, let's have a good fight. And he was like, yeah. Like, you know, yeah,
so
it's chill there.
with that then as well, let's talk just touch on some other things. Is 10 ounce gloves or 8 ounce gloves, and what's the weight class you're fighting at?
72 kilo and I think eight ounces. Eight
Yeah, I'm sure
ounces.
they're eights in it. Yeah,
Yeah, they're eights. Um,
nice.
I fought in tens and I fought in eights here. It's like I fought in when I was fighting Isan. I fought like one time with tens, and I think the other times with the eights because they were
Mm.
like small gloves. But Isan's unpredictable. I think in Raja they're the eights. I'm almost certain.
So you said about your style. So tell us a bit more about your fight style. Then you said obviously elbows and knees and breaking people down.
Yeah. So the way I like to fight, I really like the knee. I really like to grab onto people and knee them. But I can also fight on the back foot too. I like to mix things up because I think adaptability as a fighter is the most important
Yeah.
asset. You know, the most important asset to have. If I'm only one dimensional and I keep trying to clinch someone who's better than me at the clinch, it's not going to go too well. You know, I need to be able to be like, oh, he's better than me at the clinch. Oh shit, I've got better boxing, or oh shit, I've got nicer kicks. Oh, I'm elbowing him more than he's near me, etc. You know what I mean? But yeah, I when I fight, I like to usually just test the waters. Most of my fights, I've lost round one. You know, I'll come out chill and see what my opponent's doing, get his rhythm, get his timing, and then usually I'll come up with a game plan, see how I can beat him, which most of the time revolves me just fighting like a zombie, pretty much. Which,
And
to be fair, is pretty fun. It's pretty fun, and you get cool stoppages doing it.
so aggressive and on the front foot, basically. Then.
Yeah, aggressive on the front foot, knees and elbows, and nice left kick.
Love it. Right, so let's touch on Rhondda Rampage. So you've been involved a couple of roles now. You've been a referee. You've also done a bit of judging, and you've also been in the corner for some other fighters as well. What was the first? The first was refereeing, wasn't it? No, you were being cornered. You cornered Ash, I think, wasn't? Yeah, cornering Ash against Jory in one of the fights.
Yeah, so I was at the first flow. When Fingal fought.
That's it. Yeah, Fingal fought Cameron, wasn't it?
Cameron. Yeah, Fingal fought Cameron. I was there cornering him, and Taylor fought Kester.
Yes,
I was cornering Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good for a show that as well.
Yeah, that was a bounce back to when we were back in the Cosmo. That was a very small. That was quite warm, very warm inside there.
It's hot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So, what have you taken from cornering to now refereeing? Obviously, being a Thai fighter yourself, do you bring that into when you're reffing? Because obviously you ref the Thai bouts. You've ref.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know what pisses me off as a fighter. And like for instance, in WBC games, I had someone in a crossface, which is a very dominant position, and I was scoring whilst in the position. And my crossface is good. I like to think it's a big part of my game, and I felt like I could KO him from there.
Yeah.
And every single time I get the crossface, I think I got it 4 or 5 times. The ref would break it up immediately. He put like a fucking slither of a knee guard on, which I most of the time clear, and then proceed to knee, and he'd be like, up, break. So I know what pisses me off as a fighter, and I feel like that makes me, like, it helps me reffing. Because, for instance, when like Moyo fought
Vlad.
Yeah. Vlad, when they fought, they were clinching a lot, and a lot of refs would have broken the clinch up just because they're not doing damage, but they're still scoring and they're still working, you know. And I didn't break. I don't think I broke the clinch.
No, it was called. Macaulay and Lewis both said the same thing in the commentary, that you're letting them work in the clinch, which is definitely something that people need to do, especially them. That's a C class bout. Wasn't it? I'm sure it was C class.
Yeah, C class. Yeah.
Being C class, and with their records, it's not that they're like 2 N class guys just falling into each other and holding on. They were working for a dominant position, you know.
Yeah, and Moyo's a decent clincher as well. He knows what the score is. He's trying to score. He's wanting to get a finish. He's trying to get the win, you know. So he's working there. He's scoring, and I feel like for me fighting and other refs who don't fight, I feel like they break the clinch there, even though someone may have tried, was in the midst of trying to set something up, you know, whether they were trying to turn him and knee him, or he found a position which he's vulnerable for, which he can get, you know.
You've also reffed boxing bouts as well on the show. I remember you reffing Teo and Cole. Do you find much of a difference between? Obviously, I know there's a rule set difference, but like, do you find reffing the kids different to reffing adults?
Yeah, for sure. Because I remember I broke them up. They were like clinching. I broke them up, and I was gonna say fight, and I broke them up. And they just gone straight
Before
into
the,
each
yeah,
other.
before you even said, I remember watching that.
And I was like, I was sat there, and I was just like, crack on then, boys, because
Yeah.
both of them were ready. I'm not gonna pull them again, But I was like, fucking hell. They're more eager than most of the adults. Most of the adults get broken up. They're back on the back foot trying to jab, and people like just jab, and use their footwork. These boys are straight back in it.
That's the thing, though, innit? With the kids, they brought the energy, and they bring the energy, and then they them two, Cole and Teo, just wanted to fight.
Yeah,
You know,
they're scrapping.
they were, and then obviously you've cornered as well. You've cornered Cornelius, you've cornered Ash, you've cornered Tyler, you've cornered. What's it like being in the corner as well? Because one of the other things a lot that we keep referencing to is the atmosphere in there with the balcony and the light and all that. What's it like being in the corner as well?
Yeah, it's cool in the new venue, eh?
Mm.
Because you can see everyone. So like one of the boys will win or something, get their hand raised, and then you turn to the crowd, you can see everyone.
Yeah, it is cool.
You can see them up. You can see them up above or down below. I
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, I like cornering. It's and I feel like it's good for you as a fighter too, for your IQ.
Yeah, I totally testament to that because I feel that you learn a lot. I'm not going to say learn a lot more, but you learn a lot from the outside perspective.
Yeah, for sure. And you can, if you're in the corner and you're coaching someone, say something doesn't go right, you're you're uh, you're pressure testing
Yeah,
your solution for it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Uh,
And you need to
yeah,
find like I'm not going to say find a connect, but you do need to connect. Like you need to find a way that you can get through to each other. Where
yeah.
and it's understandable on the other side. Like I've cornered you, and one of the things you've said to me is when we done it was tell you a math problem in between each round, just to
Yeah.
make sure that it was you were listening, and it's things like that that you build and develop over more than once or more than twice. And then I think obviously when you're involved in sparring and all that type of stuff, not going to say simulating cornering, but having that, you know, that go of it, I think it does help then going forward.
Oh, for sure, for
You
sure.
know,
It's almost like fighting math, I guess, in it as well, because you're in the corner and you're like, all right, he's blocking the low kick now.
mm,
What are we gonna do from here? Like, say your plan was he's heavy on his front foot. He keeps walking forward. You want to keep low kicking him. He starts blocking that low kick now. Your fighter's not like he's not changing up. It's your job now to tell him, oh,
yeah,
maybe you go left kick instead, or maybe fake it right hand, fake it, see what his reaction is.
yeah.
Gather data.
As you
Um,
said, find a solution for the problem, innit?
exactly,
You
exactly,
know,
and I feel like that ties into fighting as well, then, because you're doing it on the fly, and you are in a fight as well.
and then not just that, you've got the environment as well. So you've got the crowd, you've got the other corner, you've got other people, because a lot of I'm not going to say cornermen get like what's the word when you get like swayed, not distracted, but like when you hear it from the crowd when people are saying something, you're trying to keep somebody on point of what they're trying to do, and then they've got somebody else trying to sway someone like stand and bang with him or try and trade or do this or do that, and you're trying to like sway somebody to do something
Yeah, yeah.
else, like working around those pressures. I think that doing that as well, and again reinforcing the connection that you have with the fighter, I think that's another benefit. And with that, as you said, like learning on the job is definitely something that is really fundamental coming back to the gym as well, because I always find after every fight with everybody, I feel that you level up a little bit,
Oh, for sure, for
you
sure.
know, like you do, the fighter does, and then the gym does as well, because you've taken something from it, win, lose or
Yeah,
draw. Like I and even when cornering, I feel that you still level up every single time. Like,
yeah, for sure. Because I mean, like everything gets checked. You know what I mean? And
mm,
say you're drilling something and you try to pull it off in a fight, but there's a big mistake then, or you failed. Like fucking when I fought in the WBC, this is not cornering, but I fought. I threw a spinning back elbow like a fucking idiot. You can see it on my Instagram page. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. That boy, thankfully, I was hurting him the whole fight. I dropped him, and I won the fight pretty easily. Otherwise, I think I would have got fucking sparked out by a head kick because I've just spinning. I've done a spinning back elbow. My feet are in fuck knows, like I don't know what I was doing with my feet, and I've like tripped over and I've like started running backwards. If he had, if I hadn't have hurt him, he would have head kicked me, you know. And I think that's the same thing when you're in the corner. Like someone may do something stupid like that, and you're like, right,
Yeah.
we all need to drill spinning back elbows because why the fuck are you throwing one like that?
No, I get what you're saying because you learn from every situation, but it doesn't matter what fight it is. It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's first fight, debut, or whatever. You learn from every situation, you know. Now, taking from that, one of the key things that you have got is obviously the experience. Like when you were reffing, is there anything that you're looking for from the fighters, like for them to be doing? So, for example, is there like anything that you said that you let them work in the clinch? Is there anything else that you're looking for?
Um, Not particularly. Like, of course, there's a few like uh rule changes now. I think with I don't know if it affects the WMO. I'm gonna have to check before I ref again. Like, but there's new changes with sweeps and stuff for the WBC. Certain sweeps are now illegal,
Mm.
and stuff, which, in my opinion, is kind of fucking retarded. But yeah, I've lost my train of thought. What did you say again, bro? Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. We'll go on to. I was saying about what you're looking for from fighters when you're reffing.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like I don't think I'm looking for anything other than like fouls, you know, or
Mm.
that's all I'm looking for, or inactivity. Say they both clinch up and one guy just gets a body lock and sinks himself onto the ropes, you know, he's stalling.
Yeah.
Then it's getting broken up, or say someone does something fucking idiotic, like he drops him and he, of course, kicks him or something whilst he's down, or you know, just looking for fouls or
Yeah. One of the other things is you've, as you said, you've been around it for quite a while, and you've been to both gyms, Eagles, and obviously down in the mat. What's it like when you're reffing people that you know?
um
Because obviously with Mayo, I'm
yeah,
not,
like with Moyo, it was kind of like it's the first time I've ref. Who have I refed? Fuck, I have such a short memory. I can't remember. Um, but with Moyo, like I remember, I was chilling with him before, like a few days before the fight, and I said to him, I said, you know how we're we're all chill now today. I said, fight day, like I'm not gonna speak to you. I'm not gonna. I'll say a few words to you and whatnot, but you're just like the shadow to me, if
mm.
that makes sense. Because you've got to be biased. Sorry, you cannot be biased. Someone's gonna clip that up now. Tay's gonna clip that up. Um, you can't be biased. Like there's instances like where you see some fights where where the referees bet money on someone, you know, or something, and they're saving someone, or they stop a fight early. It's and it's a disgrace, you know. Everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
Mm.
You know. So I feel like you cannot be biased.
I know what you mean, and especially being a fight. I think that you carry the being the fighter across because you're a fighter yourself. You carry that integrity across with it. You know that like you have some people, as you said, about people who don't compete or fight referees who've never competed before. I don't think they'll see it the same with you. The first thing you're saying is like because you fight as well. You know you can't be biased because you know what goes into it as well. You know that it's not just oh yeah, it's just a fight. It's not you know how much work this person's put into it, and you want them to have a fair shake. Like
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
no, I get you completely. Is there anything else you reckon that makes a good referee? Obviously, being completely unbiased. Oh,
Being
is,
biased, you got to be biased. You got
you
to be
gotta be
biased.
biased. Gotta be biased as a ref. Is there anything else
Uh,
that you think that stands out to make a good ref? Oh, and there's another question I want to touch on with that as well. I'll do this one first. When do you think, or have you been in a point where you've needed to step in and give somebody a count? And what do you
yeah,
think? Yeah.
yeah. The lad from Mark Beale's gym, I think it was. He fought the boy from WPT, I think, on the last show, and he done much better that fight. But he showed massive improvement in the fight actually. But I think it was his first fight,
Mm.
and soon as they like clinched up, I realized I was like, okay, that I don't think this is like, of course, not being biased, but I was thinking, right, I don't think this is going to go well for him because he can't clinch, and of course he's improved that now. But yeah, the first few knees, then and he was like dropping down, reacting, and went down, gave him a count, and then he got up, started getting knees, wasn't reacting, or wasn't scoring back or anything, and looked hurt. Stepped in again, and I'm pretty sure I stopped it at that point.
Yeah, I think it was. With that, like the only thing that you're doing is fight the safety there, isn't it? There's nothing else that you're
Yeah,
looking at.
exactly. Like it's not a fucking world title fight,
Mm.
And I get like I've had there's one referee I don't particularly like from who used to do stand up for twice. Two of my losses, which were on stand up, for Alex Jatari. The 8 counts against Alex Jatari I got were fucking. They were warranted. He beat the piss out of me. But the second fight on stand up, he proper pissed me off. Proper pissed me off. I took like 5 or 6 shots unanswered, didn't hurt me on my fucking guard, and I got an 8 from him. And I think I would have lost the fight to Rob anyway. It was a close fight, but I feel like that could have cost me the fight if it was a bit closer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if I had won the previous round, I could have won the fight if he didn't give me that 8 count. You know what I mean? That kind of pisses me off. So I try to avoid giving 8 counts. And when that boy was getting kneed and wasn't answering, I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, should I give an 8 count here? I was like, he doesn't. I was like, yeah, I need to.
But then
So
again, though, that reference back to your experience within the sport, because one thing that nobody wants is a gun shy, like when I say gun shy, somebody that lets it go too fucking far. And then you also don't want a ref that doesn't let it go at all. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
like to try and find the happy medium, I think having that experience definitely helps. Like, and then as you said, having that experience of having those 8 counts as well, it kind of gives you okay, I need to make sure that I avoid this, and I need to make sure that I, look at it from my own perspective. I don't referee. I've judged a couple of times. I've never ref. So like, I've never been in a position. I've done the ref course with you, but like, it's one of those where you're a bit like, fucking,
yeah,
it's one of the hardest jobs. It is one of the hardest fucking jobs.
yeah, for sure. Because you're trying to give everyone a fair crack, but you've got to care for their safety, otherwise you're not a good referee at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I
of
think
course.
that makes a good referee other than the others as well, as someone who cares for the fighter's safety.
Yeah.
Like you see it in Thailand. I've seen fucking referee highlight reels. Fucking, I've seen someone make an edit on it. It's just fucking class. But it's like these Thai referees, like fucking, you see someone get a head kick knockout and they like catch their head.
Dive, yeah, the dive and cast
Yeah,
ahead, yeah.
it's like that's class. I think that makes a really good referee. Someone who's willing to do that, will like endanger themselves for the fighters. I've seen referees breaking stuff and getting clipped doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes a good referee for sure.
But then again, it's a selfless job, isn't it? It is one of those ones where, you're in there to make sure that the fight goes correct, and you're also in there to make sure that, as we said, both fighters get a fair crack. Like,
Yeah, and I think everyone does it for the love of the game, really.
and yeah. So going on, you've also judged on the show as well. What was it like judging?
It was good.
Did
It was good.
did
What was it? It was K1, wasn't it? K1.
Yeah, K1 it was.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I like judging. Um, it it is pretty fun, and it also tells you. Oh, is my thing back on? Yeah, it is. Okay. It also it also teaches you, of course, when you learn how to score.
Yes, yeah. That's a
You
very
learn
good point, that is.
before being a judge, but like you really learn to score then being a judge, you know. And
Yeah.
then when you're watching fights and or even fighting yourself, you kind of know who's edging it out or who's winning, what looks good, what you're looking to show the judges as
Mm.
such.
One of the things from judging, do you ever get a bit lost in the fight, like where you just get a bit caught up just watching it? You know what I mean? Where you're just kind of like enjoying what's actually going on more than you're like looking for your certain criteria that you're trying to mark off.
Um, I feel like sometimes, but for the most part, I'm always keeping a tally, you know, and
Yeah.
I won't tally shots that don't fucking show effect, um, like a jab shouldn't score as much as a low kick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I'd say I get carried away in such of like, whoa, I'm judging a fight kind of thing, but I'm still marking everything down with the clickers, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
writing paper, doing a little tally.
Yeah, because when I was speaking to Jazz and Jazz said herself, you can sometimes get a bit caught up in the action itself. Do you know what I mean? Where you're a bit like,
Yeah, just
you'd
what.
in, yeah, you'd enjoy in the fight. Enjoying the fight as much as you are involved with it. And obviously with you get best of the both worlds. You get the judging, or you're in third man in the ring, which even makes it even better. Like,
Yeah, and you've literally got the best view in the house, you know.
yeah,
Everyone's watching from the stands, and like you got a good view from there, but it doesn't beat being literally 2 foot away from the fighters. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
being in it, like.
Yeah.
One of the things that we did touch on, you said about was the new venue. What's it feel like for you? Obviously, you said that you do enjoy it because of the lights and stuff, and obviously with the crowd and all the eyes are kind of like on it and stuff. What's it like being in the ring and walking out with fighters, and obviously then being involved in it as well? What's it like in there?
Yeah, it's fucking cool. It's cool. I really like the venue. Um, I really like the venue. Like from the ring being up the top,
Mm.
and like you either look up to it or you're looking down on it. It's almost like a coliseum to a degree.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and that's one of the things that we wanted to build with it. Do you know what I mean? We wanted to kind of like have it where it's like that raised that platform when you kind of like, oh fucking okay, here we go.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
and even when you walk in as well, it's like I find like with some shows you've got like the ring smack bang in the middle of a venue, and it's cool, but if you elevate it and it's the first thing you see when you walk in, you're like shit.
yeah,
This is,
it adds to
uh,
it.
yeah, for sure. Even when it goes down like that, I like the changing rooms as well, you know, and how it's all underground. Like, it's underground, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Or is
is
it?
underground. It is. It's because obviously being an old welfare hall built in 1933 is pretty old. So obviously everything is tight corridors and all underneath. So you can see from the pavement, you can actually see into the changing rooms. Because like it's two or three floors underground. It is.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's cool. I like the room. They've got space as well in the rooms,
Mm.
and the corridor's cool as well.
Yeah, everyone says about that corridor, that tight corridor. I think is we're gonna try and do something media wise in that corridor for this one. I'm gonna try and
Oh, for sure. Get Jazz like up in the middle of the fighters or something, and like pan in between them. That'd look class.
yeah, because that corridor is so tight and stuff. So I am looking forward to we going to get something on that. But before we wrap it up, we'll jump back to your career and you fighting and stuff like being so experienced in it now. Is there do you still handle? I'm not going to say handle pressure the same, but do you still feel this next fight is still like the biggest one in your career so far? Do you know what I mean? You still have the same nerves going into every fight, or is it kind of like relaxed a little bit now because you're in double figures and stuff? Like, but how does it feel?
Um, I'd if anything, I'd say the more I fight, the more nervous I get.
Okay.
Um, I don't really like. I feel nervous to a degree, but I'm not so much nervous really. Like I'm not scared.
Mm.
I'll feel like a little bit of butterflies. I'll be nervous. I don't want to lose. But I feel like now the more I fight, the more that the higher the skill level is, the more likely you are to get seriously hurt.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
uh, and like I feel the my previous fights before I didn't get nervous at all. But now having fought like some tough boys, and I was like, okay, the level's climbing now.
mm,
Um, I feel like I'm getting more nervous. You know, like I'm fighting main event now on Raja. Um, Last time I fought co-main on Raja, but like it's a jump. You know, like the last time well when I fought on Raja, only at the time I fought on it.
mm.
The main event last time was a, a Brazilian lad. I can't remember his name, but he fought Kunsanlek, who's like this Muay Thai phenom. He holds the Rajadamnern belt. I think he's fought at very high level stadiums. I know he's the Raja champ. Probably fought in Channel 7 and whatnot a few times, you know. And he fought someone on the main event of the same show I was on when I was co-main. So I know the level's starting to go up now.
Yeah.
So if anything, I'd say I'm getting more nervous. I'd say the nerves get worse. But I also know people that say they have no nerves at all, or their nerves are getting better now. You know.
I one of the things that you said about is obviously that the skill level's getting more, but it also because you're on a 5-0 unbeaten streak, it also shows that you're getting there as well. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I'm not going to say hanging with them. That's not what I'm trying to say. But like you're obviously at that level where you're like, okay, this is what's called upon me. And then the other side is, bro, that everyone be honest with it. Like you moved to Thailand. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like when you were before, you're out there currently, you're training out there. So you're doing everything fucking right. It's not like you're do you know what I mean? It's not like you're just fucking training off. You're obviously doing everything correct and it's showing. And I think that's one of the things with Muay Thai, as you said, coming out to Wales, like with you and Nathan in the final and stuff, it shows that there's been such a development. And obviously you out there now and fighting main event and stuff. And I think that just shows that obviously you've grown along with the sport has grown and you were prospering from it now and you're having these opportunities. And I think it's a great one for you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You reap what you sow, if you will, don't you?
Yeah.
What you put in, you get out. But still, you know, I feel like if we're on the topic of nervousness, it gets worse. I think.
Of course, but the thing is, oh, bro, it's normal, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
nervousness
yeah,
and stuff is normal. Like if you don't feel
yeah.
it, it's fucking. I'm not gonna say if
Makes
it. Yeah, it is what it is. And the other side is like it does make it real, as you said, it makes you real and stuff. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Have you
And
uh, have you
go on.
taken anything from my time mentally that's aided and helped within like I say the rest of your life, but outside of the gym, have you like taken anything that's kind of like helped with mental
Uh,
preparation and obviously mental training and obviously competing?
yeah, I feel like Muay Thai has benefited my outside life a lot. You know, like it gives you a lot of confidence. You know, if you can hop in a ring in front of like 1,000, few hundred people, maybe a few thousand people, like it gives you a lot of confidence. Most other things become easy, I think,
Mm. It,
because
because you're doing something fucking hard.
yeah, and I mean, Muay Thai is disgustingly hard. You know, it's painful. It's very painful. And there's a Thai trainer who used to
Muay
say,
Thai is pain.
yeah, Muay Thai is pain. Um, like I feel like everything else I do is easy. You know, I go to work doing like a trap marshal at a go-kart place, and it's a piece of piss. It's a piece of piss. It's easy, and I feel like everything else, every other facet in my life becomes so much easier because of Muay Thai.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying, bro. And I know that video you're talking about as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, Muay Thai is
cool.
pain. It is cool as fuck. But we're getting to the end of this now, bro. Just quick one about Rhondda Rampage on the 28th. So tell people what the crowd can expect from Rhondda Rampage on the 28th of August.
They can all expect some good match fights. That's for sure.
Awesome.
In fairness, flow's always good for matching. You know, I don't think I've ever been to one of your shows and I've seen a fight and I've been like, "What the fuck was that? That holy mismatch!" Like, you know.
Yeah.
I've been to every single one bar like two, I think two or three, where I've been abroad, and every single one I've been to has been well matched. You know, they can expect some good fights, some good scraps from the boys, the Gladiators.
Yes, yeah. Oh, we'll touch on that before we wrap it up. So we've got a couple of boys from the Gladiators fighting. We've got Tyler Williams fighting JC Dixon, 55 kilo bout. So we'll touch on Tyler before we wrap it up, and we'll touch on some of the other boys. What's your thoughts with Tyler?
Tyler's going to do well. Tyler's going to do very well. Tyler, when he come to the gym first, he was like he was very timid. He was very timid in the way he like sparred and that he like hit pads okay, like he hit the bag okay. Naturally fit lad. Like he used to be a sprinter, used to run, used to play football. So he's got that aerobic base, you know. He's got the cardio there. But I feel like before when he fought Squirrel, he was very timid. You see that when he fought Squirrel, very very timid. He wasn't letting his hands go, wasn't letting his kicks go. But now he's different. He's completely different.
Yeah,
And
I'm that's one of the fights I'm really looking forward to.
yeah, and I feel like the way he's made a few lifestyle changes and it's paid dividends. You know, he's kind of gone all in now, and you can see it. You can see it for sure. Yeah, I think the boy Tyler's fighting is going to be in world of trouble. You know, you see in the last fight he jumped up levels.
Yeah,
And they're completely fucking different. But the cunt was growling at his opponent. You know, like who the fuck does that? People say I'm a mad bastard when I fight because like I've took my opponent's back in WBC and gave him the old fucking pump. You know what I mean? But you got Tyler growling at people. We were taking piss out of him in group chat on WhatsApp. We got a gym group chat for Gladiators. We're all taking piss out of him a few days after his fight. So, fucking, were you a dog or something? Like, what the fuck?
he's vicious, bro. He's vicious.
Yeah, he's got that dog in him, though, you know? Maybe that's his way of showing it, like, just growling at his opponent.
That's opening the last section of the evening, that is. And I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to Tyler. I especially at 55 kilo as well. You know, it's a bit of more of a natural weight for him because 50 kilo, he had the cut and stuff. So that's a boxing about 3-2s and 10-ounce boxing as well. I'm looking forward to seeing Tyler and you know, get out. And obviously JC Dix is coming from Strike Fitness and he trains with Ethan Bull. And obviously I'm not going to say that the gym has history with Ethan, but obviously Robbie just lost his last outing to Ethan Bull. So it shows that Strike Fitness are obviously doing the work, you know. So we should see.
Yes, you know, it's a good opponent. It's a good weight for Ty as well, I think, because he was 52 before, and he was kind of frail now, but he's been bulking up. I told him, I said you should get up like 58, then cut back down or something. And I don't know if he's done that, but
he's looking good, bro. He's looking big. He is looking big, you know. We've also got Ethan Montalto versus Aiden Dix, an 80 kilo K1 bout. That's another one from Gladiators. That's another bout that looking forward to. We've also got Jordan Edwards from Gladiators versus Rydian Cummins from Eagles. That's another K1 bout. That's a 72 kilo. And then that's the what we got currently for the Gladiators.
We got robbed, didn't we? Or did he pull?
Robbie's injured. Yeah, Robbie's injured, so unfortunately, so we have to find Couch another opponent, but we are going to try and rematch Bradley Couch.
I knew he was injured, but I didn't think he'd pull.
Yeah,
he was fucked up.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it, bro? You know, it happens. When it happens, it happens.
Yeah, and it's fucking not worth fighting. If like he's got fucking bills to pay, you know what I mean? If he goes and fucks it up again, it's all more trouble for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
fit as he can be. But yeah, like Ethan and Jordan, they'll be good fights.
Well, Jazz was saying about Jordan and Ethan saying like same thing, saying that they're both putting the work in. So that's another, good couple we're looking forward to. And not just that, Gladiators come to fight every time and they prove that.
Yeah. Well, like the thing is, yeah, I feel like all the boys get pushed pretty hard, and I've been sparring Ethan quite a bit whenever I'm down the gym. I'll give him a few rounds and I'll push him. Like
Yeah.
the boys go fucking hard. The boys go hard. I'll push him and we'll be light sparring say for like 40 minutes and he'll be fucked and say I drop him and he's straight back up on his feet, or say he's hurt and he's like, no, we keep going. You'll have to tell him to stop if anything. One thing about Ethan.
That's the thing, though. That's what makes it even better though for him, and it obviously makes it an even better fight. You know what I mean? Like, and again, like the pressure of it's a home show as well, so obviously having that mentality coming in that he's got, as you said, I think that's going to definitely help, and
Sure.
again, having the team on there, I think that's just another big fucking push as well. When you've got a couple of your teammates and stuff, that just obviously benefits going forward, you know what I mean? Especially like you got three, we're still matching some other boys as well, so minimum of three so far, so like I think that definitely benefits, like.
Yeah, like I think, well, it'd be a good outing. He'll be around everyone he knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's good to have a fight on a home show. It's good to do both, I think, but it's good to have it on a home show as well, and know that like you're gonna be you're gonna perform your best.
Yeah, you're going to be tested no matter what, anyway.
Yeah, of course, but I feel like you're going to be more at ease if that makes sense. It's good to have a first fight at a home show. He's going to be. I feel like he's going to be comfortable being around. Like I think everyone's going to be there. Whereas if it's like an away show, you chuck the team. Oh, I can't go. I'm working, or I've got so and so, or I've got sparring up here, and then you've got like two cornermen or one cornerman, and it's good to have a home show, I think.
Well, I'd be honest, for the Gladiators, obviously they always fight on the show, and it's a good one. So it is a good when they all come to fight as well. So obviously that mentality is what does help coming in, especially, and as we said, having a couple of them. But before we do wrap it up, just to pick your brain on that, you've been to pretty much every show, as you said, except the ones you've missed. Have you got two fights that stand out to you from all of the shows that you would recommend? Actually, give me three fights that you would recommend anybody who hasn't seen the show to watch.
Number one, I think this one's pretty fucking self-explanatory. Pretty fucking easy to guess as well.
I know
Corn
exactly.
versus Rampage.
I knew exactly that was coming first.
That Lithuanian fucking nutter. Yeah, he's a mad bastard, and he fought like a mad bastard. Yeah, highly recommend watching that. Corn's usually a technical fighter, good on the back foot, nice evasive footwork, nice at cutting angles. But a few people told Corn not to fight Brad, and he was like, "Fucking watch me." Of course, he's dangerous. It's a risk. He's like, "Fucking watch me." Fought him, and he beat Brad Couch, in my opinion. He beat him at his own game, which is brawling. And Corn outbrawled him, and they were both fucking battered and bruised after. It was a quality fight.
That was a great fight. That was.
Yeah, I wish I have a fucking thing on my story archives on Instagram. I got a new phone now. It's like fucking pull a photo up or something because it's mental the state they were both in after.
Yeah, the when they both turn around to the crowd and they're both just, yeah, it was a great fight. And again, as you said, everyone knew as soon as you started, I knew which fight you were going to call out straight away. I knew it was going to be that one, for obvious reasons, though. That's one of the most memorable fights we've put on. And it was in 4-ounce gloves as well. And obviously, Corn has progressed on to fighting BKB, and the Couchy has progressed to fight on everywhere, pretty much.
Fight
But yeah,
Luke Dyson, man.
Yeah, I fought Luke Dyson after us. So obviously progressed on. What about your second one? What's your second choice?
Um, no, so I have to go with Thai fight. I'll go with the first ever WMO Welsh title fight.
Brandon
Uh,
Brockway versus Josh Embradura.
yeah, good fight.
Yeah,
Good
I
fight.
agree. I totally agree. That for me, me and Jazz were saying about this yesterday. That for me, like I had people coming up to me who've never watched Muay Thai ever, and they were like, "That was probably one of the best displays of combat I've ever seen." And they come to watch Jory box Ash, or they've come to do that, and like they were coming up to me and they were like, "This is the best thing I've ever seen." Like,
Yeah, yeah, and it was fucking quality fight as well. Nice technique showed from both of them as well. They're both technically sound, and it was a barn burner. It was entertaining.
mm,
Um, Josh is explosive as fuck as well.
yeah, yeah,
Explosive as. Um, Brandon was long, rangy, got nice knees and elbows, got nice kicks too. So it was an interesting fight, clash of styles, if you will.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and it played out that way too. It was a good fight.
The Jazz said it yesterday. The only thing that could have made that fight better would have been if it was A class, because it would have one, it would have went on without the elbow pads, and two, it would have been longer. That's it.
Yeah,
That would have been the only thing that made that fight even better. It
yeah,
was, as you said, the first WM. It was the first Welsh WMO title. To go ahead, it was Josh's display of everything, jumping techniques and all that type of stuff, and Brandon, putting it back on Josh as well. I think it was, yeah, it was an awesome display. I think it was.
good,
And then,
good score.
and then lastly, have you got another recommendation that you would give to anybody else? I
You
know
know
it's a bit
what?
tough. I did drop it on you. I do apologize.
It's all good. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna give some clout to one of the fucking boys, like
Oh, go on then.
Tay the Boneless.
Oh, Tay
Boneless.
versus Daryl.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
That
As
was a
much as
very good fight.
he fought like a fucking idiot, we love him. We love him.
That
But
was a very good fight.
good fight. Good fight. Take him out hot. Dropped him in the first round. Um, it with beating him arguably in the clinch, beating him, outscoring him, but just gassed, and then started.
Yeah, it was a tough one because obviously you said about being on your first time on the Rampage, you cornered Tay and Tay lost to Kester. So coming back from that to them, obviously, I'm not saying that was his last fight back, but like coming
Yeah,
back onto the show to fight Daryl. Daryl obviously quite experienced on the mat as well.
yeah,
Daryl's fought fucking everything. Daryl does interclubs. He's a coach. And then Tay, it was a fucking great fight. I'll be honest. It was a fucking one of the best Thai fights. It's one of those one that people miss or they forget. You know what I mean? But that was a fucking great display of Muay Thai from the two of them. It was a good fight, really good fight.
yeah, and Tay's a good personality too.
Mm.
He's a brilliant personality. He's funny as fuck.
Oh, yeah, as you were saying, so we were back to Tay and Daryl. Tay was a good personality. That's what you last said.
Yeah, Tay's a good personality. I can't remember if he done anything wacky in the fight,
I'd be
but
honest. No, bro, I'd be honest. It was a great fight from the two of them. Like they both went in, they both done everything that they were going to say. Because I spoke to Daryl prior to the fight, and Daryl said that Daryl did say he was going to finish him, and they both went in and they both put on a great display. And I think that it was one of those fights that they both, because they were both, I think it was at 80 kilo as well. I think there was one of those ones. And I think even Daryl come in a little bit, maybe a little bit heavier, and it kind of like showed Tay was disciplined. He made weight because he once or twice had the issues before about making weight, made weight. And then obviously both went out and put on a fucking great display. It had the crowd on their feet.
yeah, good fight. He's he's fucking funny as well. Tay, I like people watching this may never have spoken to Tay, like, but you speak to him and you're like, fucking hell, he's a boy, isn't he? You know, he's a lad. Like, he's funny as like you gotta love Tay. You gotta love him. And if you want, if you want edits as
Yeah, I know. But no, like I said, it's it was a great fight, and obviously we've had a couple of great fights. We've had, as we said, Connor's progressed on to fight for BKB. Couchy has fought everywhere. We've had other people progress on. Ash Williams has progressed on to fight PKB after us as well. So, it just shows that having, as you said, all the fights are always evenly matched, and it gives a great display. Like, it shows what it's about. It's not about trying to mismatch people either.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, before we wrap this up now, guys, anyone you want to give a shout out to? And then also, where's the best place for everyone to follow and support your journey as you carry on fighting?
People I'd like to give a shout out to, Mr. Jimpy, my coach. Of course, GIF, text and whatnot for cornering during the World Games and whatnot. It was a big help. Boys who pad me, Naveed, Ashley as well. Ashley will always pad me whenever I ask him. I give him a text, like, "You down at the gym today? Can you all pad you?" "Yeah, I'll give you 3 rounds." He's good like that. He always all pads me. Same with Naveed. Really good pad man. Has a lot of PTs, and I've known him for quite some time. So I'll buck in with him. We'll get some pads in together, and he's really good. So if anyone wants pads and you're in Cardiff area, Naveed or Jimpy's your man, or Charlie.
Nice. Yeah. And where can everybody follow on your fight journey, bro?
On Instagram, it is T0MMYGE, Tommy G. And TikTok, Tommy.Muay Thai. And then I don't know how to plug a Facebook, to be honest. I don't know how it works.
You're good on that one. Is there any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
No, other than fucking Snus O'Clock. Fucking lovely Snus. Here you go, Mr. Pouch. They're actually wicked. I had my doubts about them because they're a bit weak, like with 20 mg. But fast release nicotine, it's very nice. It's very awesome. Good. They're very tasty.
Awesome. So, Rhondda Rampage 7 is back on August 29th. You'll see Tommy back in the ring reffing, or you'll see him judging. He's our Muay Thai referee, so you will see him. Rhondda Rampage 7, August 29th, Tysdown Welfare Hall, home with Rhondda Rampage. Doors open at 5, first fight's at 6. Tickets for the balcony are available on Boxed, and then you can also get standing tickets directly from fighters. Just want to say thanks to our show sponsors: Flow Fight with FFC Podcast, Captured by Jazz, Combat Parkinson's, Box Combat App, Nails by Sancha, Liam.W Design. A big thanks to all the sponsors for helping us through it. And I just want to say thanks to Tommy as well. Thanks very much, brother. Really appreciate you joining us today. And I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war. Always up with me. I'm ready for war. 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 I'm ready for war.